apa?
AMEER, send over.
Need backup.
Okay, Roger.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the movie that I've watched on Netflix. It's called Lieutenant Adnan. So the movie is about the legendary Malaysian army. The movie started when he was such a young boy named Adnan bin Saidi. At that time he's playing some kind of war game with his brother, and he is getting scolded by his mom for that. And fast forward to 20 years later, he's already a sergeant at the time, and he served the Malaysian regiment. Which is Regiment Askar Melayu Diraja, the first infantry of Malaysian Army. And he already won a lot of award at the time, a lot of prestigious award. And the most noticeable award he received is in London, which he is crowned a kind of special badge because of his achievement in military. And after that, he's going back to his hometown, and he's met his family, his friends, and he influenced all of them to join the military. And the story is getting more exciting. At that time, Lieutenant Adnan bin Saidi is already a lieutenant, and he is a platoon commander, and his platoon is given the task to protect the Bukit Chandu. So at Bukit Chandu, the Japanese army already outnumbered our military, our troops. And even at that time, even when his subordinate asked him to retreat, but he didn't want to. What he said is, biar putih tulang, jangan putih mata. So he's fight till his last breath. And at one scene, he's been shot at his leg by his kid. He kept on fighting. Even when he need to crawl, he keep on shooting the Japanese army. So the Japanese army become so angry with him. And after everything become done and dusted, the Japanese army catch him and hung him to the cherry trees, and they use knife to stab him in the stomach as for the signal to do not mess with Japanese army.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So I will be presenting about the leadership strategies portrayed by the actors inside this movie. So the first is responsibility. This leadership strategy can be portrayed by Lieutenant Adnan when he chose to send away his wife and his children to his hometown during the Japanese raid, which makes him a responsible husband and a father. So for the second one is confidence. This can be seen by Lieutenant Adnan when he is chosen as the best candidate among his squad members, and he became a lieutenant and able to conduct a platoon. When he became a platoon commander, he gave out orders and able to man up to them, especially during the war against Japanese. You can see that he's a very confident person when giving out orders. Okay, so for the third leadership strategy, which is humbleness, this can also be seen by Lieutenant Adnan. Although he is a lieutenant and ranked higher compared to his squad members, which joined with him during his recruit in the Malay regiment, he is still humble and not arrogant among his subordinates, and able to respect their opinions. This shows that the Lieutenant Adnan is a very humble person. Okay, the main objective of this movie is to show the struggle and patriotism of Malayan freedom fighter, especially Lieutenant Adnan. So for the analytic tools, which is the SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunities and threats, the strengths is the high patriotic spirit among the characters played by the actors inside this movie. So for the weakness, there are weakness when there is struggle when British refuse to provide their support during the Japanese raid. The third is opportunities, which is when Lieutenant Adnan and many other youth in Malaya were provided with military training by the British before the Japanese raid. So for the last one is threat. The threat is having spies among the Malayan people itself and having a third party country which is Japanese, which is trying to invade Malaya during that time. That's all. Thank you.
In this movie, I want to explain about the problems and the solution. So the problem is Japanese army easily enter the Malaya. This is occur because the Malay people believe at the fake news spread by the agent of Japanese army that Japanese army come to Malaya to fight with British and give a freedom to Malaya. The second problem is the Lieutenant Adnan's manpower not enough to fight with Japanese army. And the next problem is Lieutenant Adnan face is his wife did not want to leave him when he want to send her at the hometown. So the first solution of this problem is Malay people must study more and don't believe to the fake news, and the government must doing some effort to help the Malay people to have more knowledge about the Japanese army. And the second solution is Lieutenant Adnan must keep calm and give order wisely to the army to attack the Japanese army, so he can win the Japanese army with the less manpower. So the next and the last solution is Lieutenant Adnan must explain to his wife about his duty to protect the country. That's all from me.